Hello? My audio, it's working. Look at that. First try today. I'm fully expecting nothing but scuff. Everybody, you should just expect scuff. It's just what today is gonna be. Scuff. But if you look at the screen right now, what's going through is some pictures from my honeymoon. We did a lot of things. You're gonna see a bunch of the pictures, same pictures over and over again. I mean, we did take some pictures of like what we were doing, but a lot of it's like selfies and stuff and annoying to edit. So there's that. But I'm gonna tell y'all about when I got back though. First, because not a lot of people are here yet, and so we drove back from my mother's after our honeymoon, and it's an 8-hour drive, which we made longer by doing a small detour and dropping off souvenirs to his family. It was worth it. It definitely made the drive a lot longer. But as we were getting home, my sister had been house sitting for us, and I was like, I wonder if the manager, Naked Nyx, is going to scream at me when I walk through the door. Because if she doesn't scream at me, that means she doesn't love me anymore, and she's changed allegiances from me to my sister. Well, I got home. She needed time to process a bit, and now she has not stopped screaming. So there's that. She just like hasn't stopped. Oh, okay. Maybe I should put on something else. Yeah, we'll put on some beachy lo-fi. There we go. But look at the pictures. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. So after the vow renewal, which was a lovely time, a lot of our friends and families have told me they had so much fun, and that makes me very happy to hear. But I haven't even had a sip of alcohol yet, and I'm over here just buffering hardcore today. I was very excited to stream. I didn't plan out what I was gonna say, but it went off without a hitch. I mean, there was a minor hiccup, but it's fine. It made the day memorable.
I mean, we got hitched. That counts.
Oh, you know, I suppose I suppose us getting hitched again does indeed count. But, day went off without any problems. We spent a few days, visiting with friends. Forever was in attendance, so, I visited with him for a while. Thank you. Thank you. I am glad to be back. I won't lie, it was a little weird to be back in my home at first, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Manager is inspecting. But what was I saying? I spent a few days and then we left. We left at 4 o'clock in the morning. Manager. Yeah. We left at 4 o'clock in the morning and arrived at a time in the afternoon to then get in a taxi and ride for 3 hours to the resort. You think, manager, it froze? Refresh. But, manager breaking things sounds about right. She has been super clingy since I got home. She has been a level 10 clinger. I can't do anything without her saying something to me and having an opinion and needing to be there. But so we got to the resort exhausted, and so we basically just spent the day at the resort. The next day we did... What did we do the next day, baby? Was that the next day?
Because the day after that is when you started feeling sick.
That's right. We went and did a chocolate tour, which there's actually pictures sliding by right now. We got to learn about the growth and harvesting and processing chocolate. We got to taste 100% chocolate, which, by the way, is bitter as hell. We also learned, we also got to smell fermented chocolate, which went from kind of like a fruity smell to vinegar to just straight up alcohol smell. So that was a time. And then after, it was all in the same tour, but after that we moved on to a different part of the plantation. And I got to learn about coffee. I got to learn about the different varieties of coffee. I got to learn about how coffee is processed, where most of the coffee comes from. We got to watch coffee be roasted, and then we got to have freshly roasted and ground coffee to drink. It was so good. I'm very upset that I wasn't feeling particularly good that day. That was when I started to feel bad. Because in case you missed it, I unlocked the achievement of visiting a foreign urgent care. Had to escape having your blood harvested. I don't think Mr. Cafe would have allowed me to spend that much money on coffee products. But I did get a Costa Rican style pour over coffee maker. We got some medium roast roasted coffee that's processed 2 different ways. But I thought I had an acidic stomach, and so I just really wasn't feeling like having a lot of chocolate and coffee. Because I really wasn't feeling good. But I had fun. It was a lot of fun. So then I spent 3 days of my honeymoon sick in my hotel room. Or in our resort room. After that, we went to the butterfly exhibit, which has the most pictures, because I like to take pictures. I have fun doing, I won't say photography, because I am definitely not at a skill level of calling it photography, but I enjoy taking nice pictures. I like to take my time to line up a shot, and my phone has a pretty decent camera, all things considered. I don't have a fancy camera, so oh, that pink thing, that's a caterpillar. That is a type of caterpillar. I don't remember which species, but that was a caterpillar. It was so hot that day. There was almost no wind blowing through, and because we were at a butterfly conservatory, the conservatories were basically greenhouses, so we were touring through greenhouses on a really hot day with no wind. And it was rough. It was rough. I was so hot. And then I made the crazy decision of taking the long way around. I wanted to do the river walk and go over to the gazebo. And that was a small mistake. I thought the river walk was going to be a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for here? I thought it would be a little bit more manicured than it was. It was not manicured at all. Well, I mean, it was a little bit, but not really. So I was struggling to hike up to the gazebo to see the view. We did make it back down, and literally just as we were leaving, that's when a storm decided to roll in. Yes? You're just listening to me? But you were there. Anywho, a storm rolled in, which was much appreciated, because it was hot. So we got a really nice cool breeze. Thankfully we didn't get soaked through from the storm. We were able to get into a taxi and go back to our hotel. I then spent... We did so much. It's so hard to keep it all straight. We then spent the next day recuperating. Yes? What? What is it? Ma'am, you're blocking the camera. Cat, get somewhere. Okay. She wants to be cuddled. Good thing we're not playing anything. I'm just talking at you guys. But I did quite a surprise, surprise. I did quite a bit of shopping. I got myself like a backpack purse. Kitty cat. Really? Because I ended up needing one to carry around. Like, I didn't want to carry around like a full-on backpack. That was way too much. So I just needed a small backpack purse to have with me to carry my phone, some bug spray. Cat. I just want to say, if you think cats are independent creatures and require very minimal attention, you are very wrong. Both of my cats have been glued to me since I got back. Glued. They need a lot of love. Oh my god. Which... Ma'am. You act like you didn't get to cuddle with me literally all morning in the bed. We rotted in bed for hours this morning. And you're over here acting like you're neglected. Like you're neglected. So neglected. Alright. I need you to go that way. There we go. You can chill out there. You don't need to help me. I promise. I can tell this story by myself. I did quite a bit of shopping, spread out through several days. And we also took that time to go try... Hello, Vader! Nice to see you. We took that time to try a bunch of local cuisine. Very good food. It has been a while. I have been away. I'm talking about it right now. I did a lot of shopping. Because I know where Bell lives, I get to send him a very special souvenir that I got for him. I'm very excited. But I did quite a bit of shopping, lots of unique things. It was, you know, as far as vacation, like foreign vacations go, Costa Rica in the wet season was very affordable. You know, as affordable as a vacation like that can be. I got 2 huge bags of Costa Rican cacao powder for like $16. And they were really decent sized bags of cacao powder. Ow. Well, thank you. Thank you for throwing a biddy at me, I guess. Oh my gosh, I don't remember what order we did things anymore. Oh, that's a pour over, a Costa Rican pour over maker. That is a baby iguana hanging out by the pool. I was able to sneak up real close. That is freshly ground, chocolate. That is a chocolate tree with a cocoa pod forming. Cocoa grow is very interesting. Like, the flowers grow all along the tree. Very interesting. But, as I was saying, I don't remember what order we did things anymore. But we did go horseback riding. The picture's in there somewhere. The views were amazing. I had a lot of fun going and riding horses. It wasn't very beginner friendly. I mean, I've ridden horses before, but I don't get to ride them very often, like maybe once a year at most. But it's more like once every few years I get a chance to go horseback riding. And so it was quite a lot to be rushed through, because we would, you know, we're in the rainforest and we were going up and down to get up to a viewpoint to see the city and then to see the volcano, which we couldn't see that day anyways because of the rain clouds. But yeah. But every time we got to a spot where we could, you know, slow down and enjoy the ride, the guides would rush us. They would rush the horses and egg them on to go faster. And I don't know about other people, but me and Mr. Cafe had some stubborn horses. They weren't particularly oh, there's a picture from the horseback ride. They weren't particularly inclined to listen. Even when I was, because on the way back down, like, the skies opened up and it just started pouring rain. My foot slipped out of the stirrup, but she was at a brisk trot, and because my foot had slipped out, I was starting to slide out of my saddle sideways. And so I needed her to stop while I got my foot back in the stirrup, and I literally like was short reining her, and I was pulling back and she wouldn't stop. I needed like a minute to get my foot back in the stirrup. Eventually one of the guides had to come help me get my foot back in the stirrup because she just wouldn't stop. I mean, it sounds like I'm complaining because I am a little bit. I did have a lot of fun on the horseback ride, but there were some things that I feel could have gone better. with the ride, it just, we really felt rushed. For the most part, that's kind of our big complaint, is we felt rushed. Hey, the caterpillar's back. I know it's like the same 12 dozen-ish pictures over and over again. But these are what I felt comfortable sharing from my honeymoon. A lot of it was selfies, and what I would have had to do to blur out me and Mr. Cafe, or to cover us up, basically would have just killed the photo anyways. So, here you go. Welcome back. Oh, there's a clear day with the volcano. Oh yeah, I made a feline friend at one of the restaurants. I gave him a small piece of steak from our lunch that we had. And he was my best friend after that. The butterfly, circling back to the butterfly observatory, they had a frog and turtle house where we got to see a few of the native species. I forget what frog that one was, but a lot of the frogs were actually nocturnal. So most of them, the colors are kind of dull because of they were asleep. Turtle. They were in the water, so turtle. I'm gonna finally take a sip of my drink. It's just been chilling here. I made myself a drink so we can drink and chat together. Okay, that's not the kind of drink I meant, but I will hydrate. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but she's mad I wouldn't let her in my lap, or what, I wouldn't cuddle her while I'm talking. And so she left the room and just started screaming. But yes, there was a Costa Rican pour-over style coffee brewer. Ma'am. Cat, please. Not everything is about you. Oh. Mr. Cafe has snatched her up.
Burrito has commenced.
Burritoification has commenced. Aww. Our very last day in Costa Rica, we went to see the La Fortuna waterfall, which is actually what's being pictured right there. Sadly, we couldn't swim in it, because it had stormed really bad the night before, and the currents were just way too strong for anybody to swim around it. My homebody, silly mermaid self decided I could handle going down 500 steps, looking around, checking out the waterfall, and then going back up 500 steps. I did do it. They told us it takes about 15 minutes to go down, and then 30 to get back up. It took us about an hour for me to be able to get back up. I forgot my inhaler that day, and when you go there, it says on the sign,
plastered everywhere.
Plastered everywhere.
If you are pregnant, have asthma, have trouble with high blood pressure, etc., etc., do not walk these stairs.
Which, by the way, I have 2 conditions out of the 5, which is asthma and high blood pressure. So we took it very slow going back up because I didn't want to overexert myself. My legs did not appreciate my choices, my life decisions. It has been 5 days since then, baby?
No, 4 days.
4 days since we did that. And I am only now no longer hobbling like a grandma. But in fairness, the first initial day after, we got stuck in a United Airlines airplane, which by far has been the most uncomfortable airplane I have ever been in. The seats suck. They pack you in there as tight as possible. There is absolutely no leg room. Not that I need a lot of leg room, mind you, but there's absolutely no leg room to stretch out. And it was a 3.5 hour flight. And, well, Mr. Cafe says it was 3.5 hours, but the terminal that I was watching said it was a 4-hour flight. But it was a 3.5 hour flight. We land, and due to weather, we get trapped on the tarmac for an hour. And then by the time that ground crew was allowed to resume activity, it took another, hour and a half?
It was a total of 2 hours just to get off the plane.
It took 2 hours total from landing to deboarding. That is how long it took. So I was crammed in an airplane. When my mom picked us up from the airport, I opened the door and I said, "I have never been so glad to see your face." Not that I'm ever unhappy to see my mother, but it was more of an expression of relief. The confirmation of I will no longer be on the plane, trapped. It was a time. While we were in Costa Rica, I actually did not see many of the birds and monkeys that people talk about. I certainly heard them. I definitely heard the birds and the monkeys, but I didn't really see any. And the one group of monkeys we did see was during the horseback ride. And it was a group of howler monkeys way off in the distance where you couldn't even see them clearly. You could see that they were there in the tree, And they were definitely making enough noise for you to know they were there. But, yeah, we didn't really see a whole lot of the wildlife. The pictures of the wildlife that you see, that is what we saw. We saw some butterflies, some young iguanas, and a couple of birds. Some green conures, I think, is what they are. Not 100% sure. That's just what I think. They're just a pair of green conures. We really didn't see a whole lot of wildlife just out and about. There were parts of the city that were kind of nice, because we did stay the whole time in La Fortuna. The church, it's very picturesque. The park is nice, the Central Park. Everything else was like, it wasn't bad. Like, I didn't feel particularly unsafe while we were there. But if I went to a city area that looked the way La Fortuna did in the States, I would definitely be feeling the need to be very vigilant. There were some pretty houses. A lot of the houses were small. Based on what I could tell, anyways, they just appeared small. But a lot of the stuff was open air. Like, just open. So, like, you just walked in and it was like a patio kind of experience for almost all of the restaurants and shops. Just everything was open. Not a lot of places had AC. There were a couple. Our favorite bakery, or cafe, I should say, had AC, but not many places did. Not that it was exceedingly hot, in my opinion. Most days. Most days it was bearable, especially in the shade. But it was just different than what you experience, like, in the States. Let's see what else. I'm thinking. Let me know if y'all have any, like, questions. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Thinking. Anything else of note that I'm forgetting?
The way to get around. Jeep, taxi.
Oh. I don't think we necessarily got gypped.
Yeah, Jeep.
Mr. Cafe thinks the taxi service was a bit of a gyp, but the taxi is pretty expensive, so the most affordable way we got around was using Uber. So, like, in comparison, like, the same drive that cost How much was it one way?
For the butterfly exhibit, it was like $12.
The taxi.
The taxi, he charged us $40.
The taxi was $40, and then when we Ubered to it, it was $12. So it was definitely something. Oh, by the way, the cacao fruit right there, it's actually pretty tasty. Like, it was actually very tasty. The cacao nut inside is still pretty bitter. But the fruit around it has a very, like, sweet, citrusy, sour flavor. It's a little hard to describe. It's a very unique flavor. I enjoyed that, Lurk Vader. It was a very unique flavor, but it was very delicious. And they were saying, like, the different colors of cacao pods influence how the cacao fruit is going to taste. So that was really interesting. I am realizing as I am talking about this, I do not have a very linear way of talking about things. I tend to circle back a lot. But we had a lovely time. 10 out of 10 would do again. Everything, actually. 10 out of 10 would it do again. Maybe I would go with a different horseback riding company if I were to do it again, but we booked it through the resort, so we didn't get to pick the company. But it was a good time. It was a good time. I wasn't particularly planning this to be a long video. Or stream. Not video. Stream. I wasn't planning on it to being a long one. Because it is my first stream back. So let's see if I can't find someone to raid out to. I hope y'all enjoyed my rambling, because let's all be real. That's what I just did. I just rambled at you guys for an hour. There was no planning. There was no thought. Just put together a slideshow of some pictures that I felt comfortable sharing with everyone. And yeah. Just rambled. I will not be here tomorrow, but Sunday night. Sunday night, I will be streaming again. And then, I should have a fairly somewhat normal schedule again. As normal as I can be. As you guys know. I do try my best. Can't wait to get back to the regularly scheduled trademark. Coral screw-ups. Awesome. I'm so glad you are looking forward to that. come on. I was just wanting... Yep, there we go. Here we go. We're gonna start that raid. Here is our raid message. Look at me remembering if you want to use it. Here is a link to all of my socials if you don't have it. I'm pretty sure most people here do. I will be back Sunday evening. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Bye.